Ladies and gentlemen, we have him on the line, the winner of Race for the Rails. He's $2,500 richer. He has one fake check in his car. He's ready to cash it right now. Dom Williams joins the show. What's up, dude?
How's it going?
We're so happy for you, man. Just congratulations. Can you just take us through what it was like to run through the...
I was like on that starting line, I was just shaking.
Okay.
My mind was like just on like making it to quarterfinals, making it to semifinals, and then hopefully, if I'm lucky, making it to finals. And then if I make it to finals, maybe I'll have a chance of winning. So it was kind of, and then in those events, I was like, man, if I came all the way out here and don't make it, I'm going to be so mad at myself. And so I was just like, I got to go as hard as I possibly can and ride harder than everybody else. So that's like before the races, that's why I trained. Like I rode that trail like 20, 30 times before we raced, because I was like, I have to have almost a home court advantage. Like I know this trail like the back of my head.
Well, so that's the thing. So you've seen it, you've ridden it. There was some pretty rough spots on that trail, man. Like that ladder up to the rock drop, that looked nuts. For us who were at home, and I'm sorry, here you go. So for those of us who were at home and we were watching you and we saw that ladder to the rock drop, like how gnarly was that drop? Because that looked like something that could really get you if you're not watching.
Personally, I didn't think it was that bad.
Okay, Dom, for a regular rider who's not you and a crazy man who drops off of 6-foot ledges, do you think I could have handled that drop?
Yes, there were so many people hucking that drop, but it wasn't really if you could land it. It was if you could land it at high speed and under like a lot of pressure. Because that really was the straightaway and the end was the gravel. So, and the gravel was really kind of like rutted out. So you pretty much had, after that, you had to just book it as fast as you could to the finish line.
Now, Dom, what were your what did you think you went in with any advantages into the race?
Yes, I think I did. Because did you guys hear me explaining how I rode the trails a lot?
Yeah, could you maybe come on screen? I'm looking at a lot of sky right now.
It's because he's trying to hear us, bro. He's trying to hear us.
Is that what he's doing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you guys see that I hear before that I trained a lot, like rode the trail a lot before?
Yeah, we did hear you saying that. Now, is that something that, I mean, obviously the familiarity is going to help. Is that fair, Dom? How did you get to ride it so much?
I think it was because like all my other competitors, like I rode it before with all the people that were in the finals, with the exception of Ori. Like I rode it 3 times with Bodie Harrison. I rode it 4 times with the Flow Life
Tahoe Dave
McCosker, and I rode it a couple of times, and I rode it 4 times with Dave Stewart, and we all had the opportunity to ride the trail, and the course wasn't really made public, but you kind of knew which trail it was going to be. And so I was like, I'm going to get this trail as good as I want to know this trail really well, so I know what lines to hit at really high speeds, because it's one thing riding a trail, but riding at high speed is a lot different.
So, Dom, tell me what it was that really allowed you. Was it the familiarity, or how did you just smoke everybody by, like, seriously about 100 rider lengths?
I think I was very focused on getting it clean. So I was like, I want to be fast, but I also want to be clean. I don't want to push myself so hard that I fall, because most of these other riders were pushing themselves, so they fall. Like I was able to pass Dave because he fell around this one corner, and then my goal throughout the competition was just to clean it, go fast, and not fall.
It sounded like falling was like happening a lot during the first couple races. Now, was this something that was very prominent in like the quarterfinals, semifinals, things like that, where riders were falling off?
Yes, with some of the other, I think so. With some of the other competitors, a lot of them fell. Like Bodie had a clean run, and then when I run it, because of my familiarity with it too, I had clean runs up until the finals where I had a little bit of a fall, nothing bad, but I just hauled back on my board.
Dom, for those of us who want to be there next year and challenge you, what is the key to winning? Is it not necessarily going as fast as possible as the board can handle, but more so just being clean? Like, what would you say is the best thing, the key to winning?
I think pushing yourself to this limit where you're not going to fall. Because at the start of most of the races, I started from the back. And then I just waited for kind of all the smoke to clear. And I powered ahead, had clean lines, and was able to win by a very good margin.
Now, what's next for you in the world of Dominique Williams, a.k.a. Matt Damon, a.k.a. the funniest segment that's ever happened on our show when you took us inside your school in the classroom of your classmates? What is next for you as you've been carrying this rail axe along? We don't want you to get arrested. What are you looking for next? You've already done like a 540 clean. You've already run one race for the rails at the age of 15. Don't even have a damn driver's license yet. What is next for you?
I don't know. I'm stoked for Flow Life Fest next month. Gonna be training a lot for that, and I think I'm trying to find a clean 7-footer. No, 6-footer. I mean, because I've hugged a 5'11", and then I just need to get like a little like 6'1", maybe. I don't know. Big legends scare me still.
Belly, there was nothing cooler other than in the video where he won, when he came through the finish line and he went straight to Justin Thompson and just bear hugged him. I thought that was so cool.
Okay, I was so stoked because like last year I was stoked to get out here, and I'd only been riding for like 2 months, and I was just like, whoa, man, oh man, maybe I can race 1 year, and then next year to come back and take it was such a great opportunity. When I was finishing, I was going too fast, just brake, and they had the cameraman kind of on the finish line, and I almost ran him over because I couldn't brake fast enough.
Well, thank you for not doing that. Dom, what did you think about the way that Future Motion handled putting off that event? I got to tell you, man, Belly and I were just so fucking impressed. We're so happy for them. We're proud of them. They did it better than we could have done it. They did it better than anybody did, and we were thrilled. What did you think? What was it like in your experience being there?
I really liked it. Personally, I loved it that I could race, and it felt like a very professional and fun event. I love the way they handled the races. If you looked in the live video, the one thing I didn't really like was the bungee. They counted down. They were like 3, 2, 1, go, and then they waited a second to drop the bungee, and I got tangled in the bungee. But other than that,
all gravy.
Man,
obviously it didn't stop you. Yeah. Bungees can't stop Dominique Williams.
Dom,
okay,
they knew they knew they needed to level the playing field, so they just tried to just trip you up a little bit from the beginning. That's all.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
winning that heat too, but it was a little annoying.
All right, we got to get you out of here. So before we do, what did you think about some of the other riders? Who really impressed you? What female rider? I know Angel Cooper is going to join us here on today's show. What rider, male or female, just who impressed you other than yourself at the race this past weekend?
I think Dave Stewart really impressed me because he came off an injury. He hadn't been riding for weeks before race the rails because he was coming off a knee injury, and he just came in, fired it off, and when in that finals he was going fast, and I was like, whoa, I need to this. He's gonna be a hard one to beat, and it was a really, really good race.
Now, is there any rider out there that maybe not a lot of us have heard of that you just met that you think is a great rider, someone that really is on coming into their own?
I think Lucido, I can't remember his first name, but he was this really fast rider, and he didn't make it. He was like the bubble boy and in the time trials, just made it, and he didn't do super well in quarterfinals, but watching him ride, he seemed like a really fast and smooth rider, and I was really bummed that he didn't make it past quarterfinals.
Well, Dom, my only advice left for you is you're going to have to find a way to cash that big check. I'd recommend just taking your phone, standing on a ladder, and putting it in the deposit through a mobile banking. Deposit that check and then frame it somewhere.
Here, you want to check it? Here, look at that. You want to see the trophy?
You got
Yes.
it? Oh, yeah. Show it up for the people.
Oh, hold on. Turn away from the sun.
No,
from the
that's
back.
awesome.
Oh, that's
I love
awesome.
that sun in the background. That's so great.
That looks so cool.
Dom, that's great. Listen, I want to know, because obviously you're going to take that everywhere that you go. This is the last question.
Whoops,
we'll get you out of here. Hopefully you didn't drop it. You're going to take that everywhere you go along with you, as well as the shower. So the question becomes, how do you get in the shower, Dom? Do you turn the water?
I don't think we can ask a minor this question.
Okay. All right, Dom. Congratulations. Way to go, buddy. You are the champion. We'll get you out of here, man. Go to breakfast. Say hi to everybody there.
Talk to you there. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. I love him.